Warte, wo muss ich eigentlich hin? Boah, da oben? Alter.
Settle down.
Boah, wie er noch abkaut ist, der Sack.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
Ist bereits geschrieben. Die dunkle Nacht kann das Licht der Glühwürmchen nicht verdecken und fließendes Wasser kann hartnäckige Steine nicht wegwaschen. Wenn die Worte fortbestehen, sind auch die Gefühle unverändert, denn solange sie nur felsenfest sind, können auch winzige Dinge der Welt trotzen. Möge das honigsüße Mondlicht auch ein weiteres Mal in seine Arme schließen.
Ooh, great! Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water.
Danke für euren Ratschau.
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
Warum versucht ihr nicht auch ein Gedicht zu schreiben?
I have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
Deswegen, Sechter sagt auch ständig solche Sachen.
The leaf's in the water. Look, it's like a little boat. Merrily, merrily down the stream. Life is but a dream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
Okay,
Es ist dunkel.
go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
Vor einiger Zeit hat eine andere Truppe... Spielen wir jetzt mit den anderen? Ich will nicht mit den anderen spielen, da ist der Spacko dabei.
The scenery here is quite beautiful. Let's pause here to seek some inspiration.
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay. Well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe, and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the wild.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated? They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
Nein, du bist nervig, ja, aber die sind einfach kompliziert.
In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
So, Singcho, do you, go on inspiration walks often, or
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home, so I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh, over there, firewood.
Jetzt habe ich es weggenäht.
You had your chance.
Nein, lass weg. Habe ich Mika überhaupt? Ich weiß gar nicht. Team Noel, Putzlappen und noch ein Langweiler. Da? Echt, Alter, Feuerholz in dem Camp, Alter, hier sind lauter Büsche. Ja, gut.
Precision strike.
No, my sword! Yeah.
Neutralizing threats. Now's our chance.
Witness the power of Gu.
warning.
Alter, die sind voll schlecht, Mann. Hä? Mehr Feuerholz?
Time to act.
Oh ja, da unten.
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart. As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
That all sounded pretty profound. Oh, I've never even thought about any of that before.
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Oh, sure.
Wer weiß, was für ein großes Lager die schon mittlerweile aufgebaut hat. Alter, warte, das scheiß Zelt her. Ich meine, das Zelt ist dreimal so groß wie sie. Alter, wie sie halten fucking Zelt. Sogar damit scheiß Verzierung.
Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity.
Sie zünden ein Lagerfeuer an und beginnen mit dem Zubereiten des Essens. Schon bald ist das köstliche Essen fertig.
Noelle, your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
So just don't get caught.
Huh. Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt. Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
Dass sie halt immer noch eine Ritteranwärterin ist so ein Schwachsinn.
Miss Hutao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts. But so far, all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow that humans do.
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
Oh, sie war das.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
Wo hat Noelle das Zelt an ihrer Kleidung versteckt gehabt? Das hat sie bestimmt schnell gebaut, neu.
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday. Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Rowe.
Was? Kali Ruhe.
So, Miss Kelly Roy, are you from Fontaine?
Also die aus Fontaine sind wie Ameisen, die sind überall mittlerweile.
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in.
Hey, du musst nach Fontaine zurück, du musst noch zu Urwasser werden.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was
Alles überschwemmt
uniquely
wird.
evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels. Amazing! So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost myself in admiring it.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities? It's getting late after all.
Huh? Are you sure?
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie Rowe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something. Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
Die Gruppe kehrt reden und lachen zurück zum Veranstaltungsort. Das Zelt hat's richtig gerissen, Alter. Das steht jetzt halt immer noch dort.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on, let's hurry!
We're not too late, are we?
Just how far did you all go?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet. We made it! Oh, Paimon's exhausted.
Man wird auch vom Fliegen müde.
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Kelly Rowe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone. Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got!
Oh, er ist weg.
Xiao? Where'd he go? Xiao, come on out! Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host. They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hu Tao's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Die Sau. Aber ich find's jetzt cool, dass sie in dem Spiel öfter das eingebaut haben, dass die einfach irgendwo auf der Seite auftauchen und einfach irgendwo her, wie die Furina oder so, oder Paimon.
Are the on day 2 of the festival, the opening ceremony is over.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Lass mich raten. Ja.
Director whose manner is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
Oh boy! Now this is a surprise.
Oh, er will gleich wieder Streit anfangen.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhongli, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions, please correct me.
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Ahmed?
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage. Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hu Tao, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
Hutau, das Wichtigste vergessen schon. Lee kann Wände nicht leiden. Genau deswegen wird sie ihn geholt haben. Und Kusta, guten Abend.
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
Was für eine Audience, da ist
What
doch
about
keiner.
me? Shall I keep track of the score? No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions. Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
Oh, die Menge tobt, also die zwei Leute hier, ein Mann und eine Frau.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhongli said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your
Die
thinking
Echse.
caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their brilliance. Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet?
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Maybe where I was training that one time. That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Changyun completed the couplet!
Xinyue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, Alter, das hat er doch
Alright
niemals
then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun, flesh confined to Qingse, spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Oh, Changyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Oh! Soul shines like jade stone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now. Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk. I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup?
What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet?
Wahrscheinlich für ihren nächsten Drink.
No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
Ich hab's.
North beyond the Starfell Lake. South across the windswept plains. Just for berries squeezed and mint infused.
Warte. Er hat geredet. Was ist hier passiert? Habe ich irgendwas genommen? Ich habe ihn reden hören. Habt ihr das auch? Okay. Ich drück mal weiter.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Jetzt kann er mindestens ein halbes Jahr nicht mehr reden.
Does this mean I helped? Meowsa!
Danke, Diona.
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat.
Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
Das Xing von Qingse bedeutet Herz. Qingse hat jedoch kein Herz. Oh. Ich hab's.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Oh mein Gott, er hat zweimal geredet. Was ist los?
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
Blütentraum ist eine Art Dessert.
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
Eigentlich schlafen wir nachts friedlich, weil Chao da ist, um alle zu beschützen. Oh, jetzt ist er zu schüchtern, jetzt muss er weggehen.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao? Round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice, decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Blah, 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 blah.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Ahem. Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in two styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lot. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pot.
Wie diese scheiß Echse halt nicht wegkommt, Alter. Die ist immer noch hier.
Huh?
So that's a pedant's couplet. Paimon thinks she can do that too. I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny.
Was?
Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Huh?
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically one word too long.
In that case, whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this Monstatter's got talents.
Ich habe halt keinen Plan, was hier abgeht.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs. Wow, Noelle came up with another one! Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it.
Warum versuchst du es nicht, Paimon? Er hat schon zweimal geredet, mehr Geld hat Genshin nicht.
Do you really think Paimon has what it takes?
Versuch mal, diese Inko in der Reimpar fortzusetzen.
Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl.
Welche Echse? Hast du die Echse nicht gesehen? Da rennt immer wieder so eine rote Echse rum, die man eigentlich einsammeln kann.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm.
Klasse. Halt, warte, ich muss selber drücken.
What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
Wie ich jetzt einfach alleine weitermache. Inmitten des Gelästers erwärmt sich die Atmosphäre immer mehr bis spät in die Nacht. Der Moderator verkündet das Ende der Veranstaltung für diesen Tag und die Menge zerstreut sich widerwillig.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them all, right?
Also ich war nebendran, klar.
I really
höchstens.
enjoyed myself too. Oh, I never knew Liyue's couplet poetry was so much fun. You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought
Da
of
hinten ist die
that.
Echse. Da neben Paimon. Da hinten. Sieht er sie? Da. Da ist sie. Die ist immer noch hier. Kaliroe?
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay?
Wo ist
You
sie
look
jetzt
like you're
hin?
getting tired.
Nee, die ist in der anderen Richtung. Na doch, da ist sie. Da ist sie. Die ist immer noch da.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask.
Seh die nicht, wirst du mich veräppeln?
Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
Ich meine, da ist doch der Pfeil sogar jetzt drüber. Meine Geschichte von Herz der Quelle, ja, hab ich.
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy. Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway land. The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy. And so,
Warte mal, ist sie...
I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
Jetzt verstehe ich auch, warum sie leuchtende Augen hat, Alter. Sie ist doch eine verdammte... Scheiße, wie haben die wieder geheißen?
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again. Oh, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man. But he never stopped believing that the fairy was real, and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again? If she ever had another chance? Now? But isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Oh, maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right? I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
Do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling
Okay,
confident,
Anita, ja,
don't
genau.
worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels, or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write. Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.
Da ist noch eine Echse. Wo kommen denn die alle her? Bei Poesie, zweites Gedicht abgeschlossen. Da ist die Weiße. Aber wo ist die Rote hin? Die Rote ist immer noch da. Die poppt mal weg. Ha! 8 Tage, die geht noch bis nächstes Wochenende. Das ist sehr gut. Oh nein, das ist wohl Exen Valley. Nicht mehr, Alter. Ich habe Exen Valley aufgelöst, offiziell. Und wenn hier noch irgendwelche Echsen sind, bomb bist du gerade weg. So. Ja. Dann machen wir die Quest machen wir dann nächstes Wochenende zu Ende. Weil sonst dauert mir das heute zu lang. Vor allem, wenn die für die Quest schon so ewig brauchen, wer weiß, was es am Morgen ist. Für die nächste Quest. Wo ist Tau eigentlich schon wieder abgeblieben? Poesie-Rätsel ansehen? Von Blumen der Netze. Okay, das sind ja noch mehr. Bei der Macht der Otter die Exe, die kann ich schon. Ach so, kommst du an die Quest? Ich hab mich schon gewundert. Das ist ein Event halt. Ein größeres. Genau.